Here under the bright lights of Times Square, one of the great young stars of American wrestling, David Taylor, taking center stage. His bout against an Olympic bronze medalist from 2012. Two-time NCAA champ from Penn State, David Taylor, winning his first U.S. Open title in Las Vegas a few weeks back, taking on Livan Lopez of Cuba. And Taylor right away going at the man who was runner-up for the 2013 World Championships and taking control, 2-0 lead for the 24-year-old American.
Good change of level and just a good finish to a great shot. You know, right off the whistle. A lot of guys, you know, kind of start setting their opponent up to see what he has, and this is a great opportunity. This is a stepping stool for David Taylor to figure out, you know, if I have the tools, if I've done enough hard work to, you know, compete in this match, and then ultimately look for the bigger long-term goal, and that's to ultimately make the Olympic team and win a medal.
We alluded to at the top of the telecast, he'll have to beat Jordan Burroughs to do that. We'll see Burroughs coming up, but you see Taylor in the bevy of offensive skills he has at his disposal, nicknamed the Magic Man, able to come up with another two-point maneuver on the edge, out of bounds. Let's see about the call.
It should be back to the feet. They're looking for they're looking to challenge, you know, if they were in bounds, out of bounds, and it's going to come down to what the video camera shows. But that's one of the components that, you know, David Taylor, even though he has all these skill levels, you know, you start building that and you want to just prove how, you know, you're at that level, the top competition level, you know, good at, you know, pass by, you know, comes around, scrambles to get behind, and then pulls forward to get to the takedown, and then gets a little too anxious here, tries for that real aggressive, you know, gut wrench. And when you go underneath somebody and they still have a lot of good balance, it's hard, because once you go underneath and you commit and your opponent catches you, you know, realistically depends on when the referees say they go out of bounds. That could be, you know, at 2 points, so it could be 2-2. You know, and it's all, you know, that's the one thing about judgment, you know, and, you know, typically, you know, wrestler steps out of bounds, when do you officially go out of bounds?
So they have awarded Taylor another 2. So a pair of takedowns for the American in the lead here against Livan Lopez. And we mentioned the history between Taylor and Jordan Burroughs, as you see the great scene here, nightfall in Times Square. Taylor, runner-up for the U.S. Open the last couple of years, losing in dramatic fashion to Burroughs at the National Championships a year ago, and then falling to Burroughs in the World Team Trials a season ago. Burroughs, as a returning world medalist, did not have to compete at the U.S. Open. He's already got a spot locked up in the best-of-3 final at the upcoming World Team Trials in a few weeks, so he opted to sit that out. Taylor, without Burroughs, able to roll his way to the win. So he'll be the top seed in the Challenge Tournament. The winner of the Challenge Tournament in Madison, Wisconsin in a few weeks gets the right to face Burroughs in a best-of-3. And Taylor will have to be a stout field to get the right to face Burroughs in that coming up. But right now, he continues to build his resume here against the Olympic bronze medalist. At a different weight class, Lopez has bumped up from 66 kilograms to 74 kilograms. He's been here for about a year, but Taylor continues to take it to this experienced Cuban foe.
I look at it as almost being, you know, kind of a hunger. You know, you can never fulfill his hunger to be better, to be his best. And, you know, you see through the years, and you kind of see him develop, and, you know, the way he trains every day. You know, he doesn't want to just, you know, come in and compete. He wants to come in and compete to the highest level, and, you know, ultimately to win medals. And, you know, his goal is to, you know, get on the Olympic team and win a gold medal. And just the scramble ability is phenomenal here.
Wow, Lopez with a big maneuver on the edge. 4-point throw. Let's see how they scored.
It should be 2 for the exposure and then 4 for the throw.
Well, so suddenly that lead for David Taylor has evaporated, and it's 6-6. Livan Lopez certainly with a terrific resume coming through with a 2 and then a 4-point throw to knock the score at 6-all.
Yeah, that was just pretty crazy scoring, and, you know, that's having that motor that never shuts down, never slows down, is you put yourself in a position to score a lot of opportunities, but then you also put in a position to where once you keep going and you get out of focus, you get scored upon, and that's what happened here at the end of this first period.
So David Taylor worked hard to build that lead, and in a flash, it was gone. We're even up here halfway through. And Livan Lopez, as Huey, able to come through with a couple of lightning bolt moves.
And this is where Lopez, had the opportunity to come out the back, back door. David Taylor, scrambles and just can't get in position. That was 2 points, and it technically, I look at it as being, David Taylor should have got a 2-point for the exposure, because David is one that forced the action, and then Lopez with the 4-point throw, and the referees make the call, but then the coaches have to determine, is that the right call? And they decided it's 6-6, and I would have looked at possibly challenging that, but it is what it is. And David Taylor's like, you can put me down, you can put me ahead, I'm just going to keep coming, and that's just the way he wrestles every day.
Terrific opportunity for Taylor to test himself again. To get to the world stage, he'll need to go through Jordan Burroughs coming up at the World Team Trials. And again, taking on an Olympic bronze medalist and a world medalist 3 times over, silver in 2013, bronze a couple of other times, including last year. Lopez Taylor tied at 6, and chance of USA starting here in Times Square, trying to boost on the American.
And even with Jordan Burroughs, David Taylor never hesitated to, make an attempt or put himself in a position to where, he could get a big throw or a big score, and now it's affected him. Now being ahead 6-0 and now being down 6-7, it's phenomenal. But David Taylor comes back to the thing that, that scored him the first points of the match, and now he just received and got a 2-point takedown, and then ultimately a 2-point exposure for now retaking the lead.
Boy, a 4-point maneuver. I was going to ask you about the psychology there, about losing that large lead here in a big stage, but it hasn't seemed to affect him. Tack on another 2, and it's 12-7.
It does, getting that big lead. Now you have to start thinking, okay, do I keep taking the big risk and ultimately put my opponent and give him a chance to find a window to come back in, or do I just start slowing down and controlling? Because I have good technique. Now I just need to, use my positioning and work my positioning to just to let time run out, because I'm ahead, 12-7, but David Taylor just doesn't have that, give a lot and then slow down. He has the give all the time.
Terrific technical skills. Another sweet maneuver. 2 more padded to the lead of the Magic Man. 14-7 now. A stalemate. They'll break with 1:13 left to go. Again, 74 kilograms. You could argue that 4 or 5 of the best athletes in the world of this weight class or Americans. It's going to be a thrilling ride at the World Team Trials to see if any of them can dethrone Jordan Burroughs, the reigning Olympic gold medalist. Stay tuned, he's coming up here momentarily.
And it's which one can survive the position to give themselves, a chance to, compete against Jordan. And here's a cradle situation from David Taylor. And you usually do not see that at this international level, just the willingness to score at all costs. And David Taylor has something that a lot of people don't see at this international level, and I think it's exciting and it's amazing for wrestling.
And finishes it off. How about that?
Phenomenal.
Couple more 2-point moves for David Taylor, fresh off that U.S. Open Championship. Finishes off an Olympic bronze medalist and 3-time world medalist via the tech fall.